Alrighty then guys, hello and welcome back to Clash of the Titans, round number 3 between Cloud and Dogao. And you know what? Cloud's only gone and chose Double Arabia again. I don't know if this was actually a mistake, but this is Cloud's home map, which means that this is the second Double Arabia. You don't see Double Arabia in months, and suddenly you get 2 Double Arabia games at once. What is that about? Either way, we've got Dogao versus Cloud. Dogao in blue down to the south of the map, playing as Huns, and I can only assume that up to the north, we're going to have POZ Cloud in red, playing as Huns as well. We just saw a Saracens war on this map. Now we're going to see a Huns war on this map, and you tell you what, I'm actually happy. For once, it's not Arabia, it's Double Arabia, and it's a lot more interesting, a lot more fun than the standard Arabia Hun wars. But I do still feel that the late stage even of this game is still gonna be the same. It's gonna be cavalry archers, rams, halberdier as trash to back up, and maybe a few paladins, depending on how much gold is left in the bank. So we can kind of expect or know what to expect from this game already, I suppose, which is kind of bad, but either way, it's interesting because we do once again have a Double Arabia, which to me says that Cloud feels like he could have won that last game. And that is a kind of a very big confidence, a show of confidence from Cloud here, clearly saying, you know what, Dogao, you beat me on the map last time, but let's take it to Huns, and this time I will hand your ass to you. So I'm going to be really curious to see if they play it any differently. Of course, Cloud's strategy in the last game was to go for much more of an aggressive style, not really focus so much on economy for so long, and go up to the Imperial Age with a bit of a better time, but with a smaller economy. Dogao's strategy in the last map was more along the lines of, I'm going to wall up, I'm going to play a little bit passively, boom my economy like mad behind my walls, and then from there, just work on really just, you know, booming up, saving up the resources, and then once I get up to Imperial, sure it's going to be a bit later, but my wall should hold out. Once I get up to Imperial, I can spam expensive units all day long and try and outmass my opponent and just really just break them in a sort of war of attrition, kind of, I've got more resources than you, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to beat you overall because I've got the longevity there. So I feel like Dogao going into this may decide to play it the same because it did work out for him last time, but Cloud could be giving him a real good run for his money here. We'll see. Obviously Huns going to be different to Saracens. As I said, we're probably going to see cavalry archers, siege rams, and halberdier, or maybe some paladins mixed in, kind of like a deathmatch style. Of course, bear in mind deathmatch played very often as Huns as well. And I've cast quite a lot of deathmatch in my time, so, well, quite a while ago, it's been a while, but even so, that could mean what I said, what we can expect to see. So really, there's not really a lot at this stage of the game, because we do know that these players are going to be fast castling and potentially even fast imperialing, but we can have a look at their maps and sort of see where their gold and important areas of the map are. And I've got to say, Cloud's map looking pretty good right here. All of his extra gold are on the back by looks of things. If we have a look, he's got, let's have a look, 1, 2, 3 small gold piles in this area back here. And that's protected pretty much by this huge line of trees that connects his 2 TCs together. So for Cloud, this area of the map going to be so easy to defend. Alright, yeah, it's not in the best position. The golds are on hills and kind of in awkward spots, but a TC here, maybe even on this wood, going to be great for him. Does mean, of course, that he can secure those very easily. And the gold on the left, his other 2 golds, so easy to secure once again because he has got this cliff, which protects this one entirely pretty much. And he's also, of course, got this choke here that he can control if he wants to. So this area for him, really easy to defend. And that does pretty much put Cloud's gold all in the back of his base. And that's really nice for him, let's be honest. Dogao, on the other hand, though, well, let's have a look. His gold on the back, once again, on the right, on the back, sort of, well, that's kind of in the middle, I guess, his secondary gold there. But again, sort of gold right in the corner of the map and towards the back of his TCs. So I think both these guys with pretty reasonable maps, actually. This gold here, though, is actually Dogao's, and he has walled that outside of his map. So if it comes to it later on, Cloud could find himself picking up this gold, which is actually Dogao's, and Dogao there opting to wall that out, and I don't know, I don't think it's really going to be that costly to him. But gold, as we know, is king, and I think that's really important. But once again, we're seeing the same sort of thing from Dogao here. He's walling up the entire center of the map quite early on. And that kind of says to me that, you know, I'm going to play a little bit more defensively, I'm going to play passively, I'm going to boom it up and push out an Imperial, which is exactly what he did last game, and it won him the game. So let's hope that Cloud can do something to actually make a change here and really push him. I kind of think that if Cloud actually kind of changes his strategy up and actually goes for 3 TCs, it's risky. It's really risky. But if he goes for 3 TCs instead of 4, he could very quickly push these walls down if he gets a faster Imperial time. Dogao, though, may be walling up even more. I mean, double palisade at the moment is a pretty clear indicator that he's planning to wall up for the long run. So Cloud maybe going to do the same, maybe just going to be pushing out really aggressively once he reaches the Imperial age, and you know, he could do it even faster than last time, in which case it could actually catch Dogao out. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, he is up to feudal right now, lacking a little bit of food to get up to castle, but he also does need his 2 feudal age buildings, of course, which for now will be a stable, which could mean that he's planning on going for paladin. And of course there's the blacksmith as well. Feudal age for Dogao, a little bit slower and also less food. You've got to bear in mind, he has spent quite some time here on making these walls, and a lot of villagers have been sort of village time wasted there. Dogao getting in there, picking off a villager, which is much better than he managed last time at least, but obviously 1 villager down for Cloud, probably a little bit better for him than having, you know, 4, maybe 5 villagers idle across the center of the map walling up. Probably 3 actually. So Cloud then up to castle already. Dogao still short on food, waiting for the stable and the blacksmith. And I think, you know, both these guys likely to go with Paladin initially, actually. I kind of said that they'd go for Cavalry Archer, but a mix of Paladin and Cavalry Archer is going to be pretty potent, and they're going to have enough gold to do it. Obviously, so much gold here for Cloud, so much gold for Dogao as well, that they are going to have plenty of gold income to actually be able to produce those units. So there we go, Dogao then with his blacksmith and his stable up, but still no food to go up to castle here. And I think kind of a little bit of a mistake by him. He's put a little bit too many villagers on gold right now. A lot of gold in the bank for what he needs, and lacking a little bit on that food. Still waiting, of course, for the 800 food. There it is, castle age upgrade for him. And Cloud's over halfway there already. Second stable going down. And you know, Cloud, it's kind of a bit risky for him, because if he does just doesn't make any units in the castle age, if he just booms up, goes fast Imperial, it's risky because of course he's got no walls. Dogao could easily delete a piece of wall, push out, and oh, Cloud, you've got no walls, I'm going to walk straight into your base with a load of knights. So we probably will see him make a few knights in castle, but I still think putting an emphasis on getting up to the Imperial age quickly in this map going to be really, really crucial. And we'll see right now if Cloud goes for 3 or 4 TCs. Last time he went for 4. We'll see what he goes for this time. Lacking, of course, the wood to do that straight away, but perhaps we'll see the 3rd going down in a moment. And knights coming out as well. Forging. Once again, Cloud going for that +1 attack before the +1 defense. Maybe that's to actually help him get the walls down, perhaps. But interesting development from Dogao here. 3rd stable going down. And we only saw him put the 1 down last time. So the fact he's put the 3rd stable down right here, and he has got so much gold income at the moment, really does indicate that he is probably thinking of going for a pretty big night rush right now. Very little wood in the bank, seeding a lot of farms and a lot of gold as well. So that does mean that Dogao likely then to be thinking of going for knights, and a lot of them once he reaches the castle age. Of course, Cloud here with a much bigger advantage on the castle age upgrade. Dogao just about to hit castle in a moment. And there's the 3rd TC for Cloud going down. Dogao here without enough wood to even make 1 at the moment, and he is making 3 knights at a time, or well, I think he was intending to, but actually not using the stable at the moment. No upgrades though, interestingly enough, and once again another monastery. It's almost like an exact repeat of the last game, which is interesting. +1 attack there for Cloud done, no upgrades for Dogao right now. And as I say, lacking a bit of food, a lot of emphasis on gold in his economy at the moment. And I think, you know, that gold is going to really start to pile up very quickly, judging by the way he's playing this at the moment. Not really got enough food for any major upgrades at this stage. He could do that, but that would mean stopping night production. And instead, going with this monastery, going to be able to sink some gold into that at the very least. So let's see how this one goes, because they're both being more aggressive in the Castle Age. Yet another monastery for Cloud as well, and just 3 TCs for him right now. 2 TCs for Dogao. Perhaps he's going to get really aggressive on 2, try and get some extra military production there, and play it completely different to how the last game went. Military wise though, they are going to be pretty close. I think 10 cavalry for Dogao right now, 11 for Cloud, so it is a close one. And perhaps we'll see a few monks, 2 monks queued up for him right there. Definitely going to be sinking some gold into that. Cloud though, I think here a little bit less gold at this stage than Dogao, but after seeing that 3rd stable, deciding to add one of his own, and I believe that is a good decision to make. That is, of course, going to allow him to keep up with the military production of Dogao. He's also adding in that 4th TC on the left-hand side, but Dogao here, as I said, moving out, deleting a piece of wall by the looks of things, going to be able to get a raid on Cloud here, and Cloud going to lose quite a lot of villagers. This is really bad for him. No army in sight. By the time he's reacted, most of these villagers are going to be dead, and this TC is not going to go up either. So that's a really, really big mistake from Cloud right there, and this is what I said, getting complacent and not walling up is cost him massively. Maybe, I don't know, 7, 8 villagers just died there. This TC delayed as well, and Dogao is going to be very happy with that engagement right there. Upgrade wise, Cloud does have the advantage, so a straight up fight here would go to Cloud, I think. I think the numbers pretty much the same, so it should do. Dogao though, going to be extremely happy with that little engagement. A forging being researched as well for good measure. Running into those, oh dear, running into those monks though. Lots of conversions for Cloud right there. Oh man, gotta love the monks. Gotta love the monks. They do get so many conversions if you have a few of them, and your opponent is unaware. Of course, getting those conversions, managing to turn it around, makes a huge, huge difference. So there we go, +1/+1 for both of them. Bloodlines is done for Dogao though. I didn't notice that. He actually does have bloodlines. Oh, and literally, as I said that, so does Cloud. So they are exactly neck and neck at this stage. And Dogao at this stage running out of gold. Okay, so continuing to make more monks and actually spending that gold on the monks there, which is, you know, a good decision, I think. Otherwise, he would have had a massive build-up of gold. I do think, though, that Cloud, once again, has the majority here. 23 cavalry to 25. It is close. But Cloud seemingly having more monks out here, 4 for him. And Dogao instead sort of electing to gather up the relics right now. These monks can make a big difference, and if they're microed well, that's an extra 4 knights under your control at the loss of 4 for your opponent, which then, of course, are going to make a play. Dogao, though, looks like he's just going to leave this open and force an engagement here. Of course, the monks are inside here for Dogao, going to be able to get 3 conversions with them, but 4 for Cloud. Going to make Dogao fall back, and that's letting Cloud straight in right now. Of course, Cloud here, going to focus down these monks as quickly as he can. If he can get the kills on them, that is a big amount of loss for Dogao, and Cloud just going to keep pushing in. More monks behind this, able to convert, able to heal, and Dogao without any monks right now could be in a tough situation, but of course, Cloud fighting uphill right now as well, and that is going to cost him massively, but upgrades still 1-to-1. Are these monks really going to make that much difference? That's the question. Dogao losing a lot of knights, but so is Cloud. And if we look at the score, Dogao clearly coming out on top there. That hill advantage that he had for such a long while, really making a big difference. Cloud looks like he's going to keep piling in though. Those monks helping to keep them alive. That is for sure. And now, of course, with 100% on those, can start to convert once again. Is Dogao actually going to lose this to conversions? Because if he does, that is a huge deal. Having to delete a staple there as well to actually get by. And Cloud's going to push him back. The difference that those monks made right there was so huge. It was so huge. And now with 5 monks in the base, Cloud can keep pushing in and keep getting those conversions all day long. And what's Dogao going to do? He's adding in more stables right here. Going to be trying to get as many knights out as he can, but the conversions just keep coming. And Cloud now. Wow, really good play by him. Really good play. Going to have to keep an eye on these knights though. Needs to convert quickly. There we go, doing once again. Is that knight going to die? Is he going to get the conversion? Yes, he got the conversion again. Can he get another one? That's the question. 10 cavalry for Dogao, 31 for Cloud, and those monks with so many conversions there, really helping to turn this around. Cloud with 4 stables as well, worth noting that, because Dogao only on the 4 at this time as well. And Cloud right now, probably thinking about pushing in. Probably a little bit of action on the left that we missed. But this is cool. Looks like this game going to stay castle for quite a while, bringing down that monastery. Cloud now looking to raid where he can. +2 attack is done. +2 attack for Dogao also. And waiting to see where that defensive upgrade is. It's on 90% for Cloud. Fletching being researched for Dogao, and that is a sign that he is expecting heavy raiding. And that is, of course, going to be the case. The thing for Cloud right now is that if he pushes in and keeps pushing in, he can stop Dogao from taking gold. He can really hurt his economy a lot and really slow down his knight production. Cloud going to do what he can right now. Dogao making a last-ditch attack to kill off as many villagers in Cloud's economy as he can. But Cloud just going to keep pushing in, keep piling in by looks of things. And he has, of course, got that upgrade advantage once again. Or has he? I'm just looking at these. It's... Oh yeah, okay, my bad. I thought Cloud had the +1 attack. He's +2 attack. He's not got that yet. But the fact that Dogao got fletching does show that he's expecting heavy raiding. That fletching, of course, able to give extra attack to TCs, help protect your villages a little more. But Dogao doing a good thing here, moving these knights away from his base, sending them over to Cloud's base here. Going to be trying as much as he can to disrupt Cloud's economy. And Cloud right now, a lot of farms going idle, as you can see. Going to have to really focus on reseeding those. And a little bit of a, not a base trade, but a little bit of raiding for both of them coming in. And this is going to be quite an exciting game as it progresses, I feel. Cloud leaving behind just enough knights here by looks of things to deal with the knights of Dogao. At the same time, though, continuing to push in on the front and start to raid his economy like mad. Cloud, though, with very little score lead, considering that he won that battle on the front there. Very little score lead for him, starting to get a little bit further ahead as he kills more units, more villagers. But it's nothing that Dogao can't do either. Able to get in there, prevent Cloud from taking gold. Of course, Cloud, again, getting in here, fully upgraded knights right now. With +2 defense, +2 attack, able to make very short work of these villagers. But at the same time, we've got Dogao massacring Cloud's villagers at the back. 3 monks moving in for Cloud, though. Is he going to get some great conversions again? Because 3 conversions here would really turn it around for Dogao. Where did those monks just go? Ah, they went around the long way. Kind of unfortunate that happened. A few idle knights back here. Still trying to make as much work as he can out of these units from Dogao. Still raiding over at Dogao's base as well. And the scores between these guys flitting backwards and forwards very, very closely indeed. 132 population for Cloud right now. 112 for Dogao, though. I think that's because Cloud's military is getting quite far ahead. Cloud, though, at this stage looking like he's going to hit up to Imp very soon. He's nearly at that 1,000 food mark. He's got 800 gold in the bank. And once he deals with these knights from Dogao, he might just be able to click up to Imp. He can afford it. There we go. The Imperial upgrade is done. Dogao, though, he's 1,000 food and 800 gold away. Oh, if Cloud can just keep his military up, he might actually be in with a shout of taking this game from Dogao right now. So many knights everywhere, though. And they are a bit of a nightmare to kill once they get through your lines. Of course, for Cloud now, without any walls, it's kind of a big deal. Dogao probably going to try and wall up behind this again, because he knows that Cloud, of course, is able to walk straight into his base right now. Huge knight raiding. I think Dogao here just trying to escape, but running into a corner. Big mistake from him. Cloud may just be able to finish off these knights right here as he piles in with a load more. But Cloud is on the way up to the Imperial Age. Cavalier is going to be coming in very shortly. +4 defense, +4 attack. And that is going to make a huge difference between what he has right now and what Dogao has right now. So Cloud is in a good position. Cloud's in a great position. I think economy-wise, I reckon the rating's about even at this stage. I'd say Cloud and Dogao both done about the same amount of damage to each other's economies. But really nice play with monks from Cloud right here. I always love it when monks get involved. It's also great. A bit of an engagement right now on the front, of course. Very close indeed. And I think upgrades, yeah, same. So they are just going to have a straight up fight right there. Of course, the monk's not getting involved in this case. But oh man, Dogao's sinking everything he's got into these knights. And Cloud's going to hit him, but I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go out on a limb here and say Dogao will GG once he sees Cloud's Imperial, but he knows he's so far away from it. Cloud's almost got enough to afford Imperial again. Of course, coming out so much better in these conflicts right here. And I think now, Imperial for him, we're going to see straight away Cavalier coming in. Just waiting to see that. Of course, we'll see upgrades on the defense coming in as well. Husbandry. He missed Husbandry. That's quite mad. Cavalier, though, for him. And Dogao pushing out now. He wants to do as much damage as he can. Monks in the back. Can he get conversions? That will make a difference. If not, they will heal. But this is the big thing right now. I just noticed that Cloud never had Husbandry. If he had that, that would make such a difference. It would make a huge difference to him. Really protecting his monks very well. Sticking on that hill as much as he can. And the upgrades are about to come in. +4 defense is about done. Let's see. Cavalier is on 70% right now. Dogao trying to kill what he can. But Cloud clinging to his hill. Going to be able to push these away. And once that Cavalier upgrade comes in, once the +4 comes in, he will be able to push Dogao back straight away. There's +4. And Dogao now losing this fight so quickly. As an extra 20 health gets added onto these guys. And an extra 2 defense as well. So really big stuff for him. Cloud just going to push straight in right now. And Dogao forced to make pikemen, which is not ideal. Let's see then. Cloud obviously not able to afford Paladin right now. Really focusing on just producing as many Cavalier as he can. But upgrades wise, he should be getting that Blast Furnace upgrade in just a moment. With these upgrades on these Cavaliers, with the numbers he's got, he's going to be looking to push into Dogao's economy and do exactly as much damage as he possibly can. There's GG from Dogao right now. And Cloud going to take that game in quite an unexpected manner. I've got to say, after losing the first Double Arabia, to come back and win it like that, really good stuff from him indeed. And of course now, we're going to go to Game 3, which is going to be Dogao's home map. So don't go anywhere, guys. Game 3 coming up in just a moment's time after the short advert.